Great drummers, Larnell Lewis, Sarah Thawer, Mark Guiliana. They're better than we are, but why? Well, I'm Nate from the 80/20 Drummer, and today I'm honored to be presenting this lesson for Drumeo. If you're watching this video, it's likely you've been playing drums long enough to have some taste, and long enough to realize how much better the greats are than we are. But you're also realizing the stuff you worked on to get you to this level might not take you to the next level. You feel like you've plateaued a little bit, and it can feel like there's so much to focus on. But first, let's address an elephant in the room. Isn't it just chops? I mean, talk to 10 drummers on the street, and I bet you're gonna get the same answer why they think great drummers are better than we are.
Chops. Talent. It's his chops. He's born with it. He's really fast. Look, some people are just born with it. Speed of his hands. Can't teach that.
After all, look at Larnell. And Sarah. We can't do that. Maybe we need to start doing finger strengthening exercises and snorting elephant steroids. But just a second. Let me show you some clips of them playing without chops. Here's one of Larnell. Not a chop in sight. And here's one of Sarah. Just straight grooving. My favorite example is this clip of Thomas Pridgeon. Think you can play that beat? Try it. Oh, and now I get to remember the beat. Record that on an iPhone or a smartphone because it's unflattering audio. But actually, they already did that for you because Thomas wasn't the only drummer there that day. There was another drummer, an average drummer like us. Here's a clip of him playing.
Hey everyone, so before we go any further, I just wanted to come on here and let you know that we have a free 7-day trial to Drumeo. We have over 3,000 song transcriptions, a method that's going to teach you how to play the drums, and we have an amazing roster of coaches that's here to help you every step of the way. So if you want to check that out, click the link right below this video to get started.
Dude, keep playing.
And then Thomas jumps in again. And you can tell that Thomas sounds better. The difference between how Thomas sounds and how this perfectly decent average drummer sounds illustrates exactly what I'm going to show you today. And here we go. The parking space. In what level of detail are you hearing where you place your notes around the beat? This is an analogy I like to use because there's a spot in the dead center of the beat where you can park a kick drum note or a rim shot. So you can park that snare note in the dead center of the beat. But then there's some fudge factor on either side of the beat, where drummers will play early or they'll play late. That's the parking spot. Your snare note is narrow, so it's like a motorcycle. But the beat, especially when you're playing with instruments with sustain, like bass guitar or guitar, is wide. So it's like parking a motorcycle in a parking spot. There's the dead center of the beat, and then there's a little margin on either side. For an average or intermediate drummer, it's like having a really big motorcycle in a really small spot. Like, we're lucky if we don't hit anything. Right? I'm all over the place, just trying to find the beat. Sort of like you had a gigantic motorcycle and you're trying to play it in the center of the beat. So a more advanced player will have a smaller motorcycle. It'll be easier to fit in the middle of the beat, just as if you had a smaller motorcycle, it would be easier to fit in a parking spot. Now, I hope that sounds good, but I bet it's not as good as Steve Jordan. I like this example because, again, no chops. But Steve Jordan has an even smaller motorcycle. Like, If you could see in 3-bit, you can play in the center, you can play a little early, a little late. He can see in like 16-bit. He can be 1/16 early or 3/16 late.
What are you trying to tell me? That I can dodge bullets?
No, Neo. I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to.
So, how do we fix this? I'm going to give you 2 crazy metronome placements, meaning we're not just practicing with the metronome on the downbeats. So, the first metronome exercise I'm going to recommend for you guys is 16th note offbeats. And what that means is you're going to go ahead and set your metronome on 8s, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, but you're going to shift where your ear hears it to 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. This is going to feel really janky at first, but try it for a few weeks and you'll be amazed how much bigger that parking space feels. You'll listen to music and it'll be like your hearing's in high resolution.
I know Kung Fu.
Next exercise, first and last 16ths. So that one is really good for your 8th note offbeats, which, at least for me, tend to rush a lot. Finally, turn the metronome off and just play. Record yourself, see if it sounds any better. Practice this metronome stuff for a few more weeks, record yourself again, etc., etc. We could do whole lessons on each of these concepts, and I have, but today I wanted to give you just the crash course version. So you can take the ideas and exercises I've given you and start seeing your playing through a different lens. Nate from the 80/20 Drummer, here for Drumeo. See you soon.